Diana is one of the many mares in Skyblock, who all bring their own unique perks for a limited duration of time. What makes Diana unique, however, is her Mythological Ritual perk, which allows for special creatures to spawn across Skyblock, primarily when a player digs a Griffin burrow. Some of the most prominent items in Skyblock, such as the Dwarf Turtle Shellmet, can only be dropped from these creatures. The rarity of the drops and the difficulty of the mobs scale with the rarity of the Griffin pet the player has equipped. Doing the Diana event with a Legendary Griffin equipped has the highest potential for profit, with drops such as the Chimera book being worth over 86 million coins. Although Chimera is nowhere near its peak value, dropping one continues to be a sizable increase to an individual's purse. Sorry to interrupt your GoodGuyKev watching, but are you aware that the Good Guy Gang server frequently has coin giveaways for Skyblock? Are you also aware that GoodGuyKev himself is in the Good Guy Gang Discord server? They tell you free money doesn't exist, but this is evidence right here that free money does indeed exist in this world. Now, the Diana event never really piqued my interest, mainly because doing the event with anything less than a Legendary Griffin really wasn't worth my time. But at the same time, the creature spawned with a Legendary Griffin would violate me in ways I cannot describe in this video without the risk of demonetization. But the last time I tried Diana was a long time ago. I mean, I was in like full Shadow Assassin armor back then, and now I have a Warden's Helmet and Necron's armor, neither of which I had before. I mean, this was a long time ago. And with these items, the probability of me being able to kill these mobs has increased significantly. Which is why yesterday morning, in the middle of an online college course, I impulse bought a Daedalus axe and a Legendary Griffin, costing me almost 100 million coins in less than about 10 seconds. I also pulled out my Overflux and my Reaper Scythe to help me, both items which I was planning to use for my Enderman 7 grind. I did the event for about 2 hours, but I don't actually have any footage of it because this was before I even planned on making a video on all this. I got 4 Dwarf Turtle Shellmets and 4 Crown of Greeds, one of which I actually ended up putting in my museum because it was my first ever Crown of Greed drop. And for the time span of 2 hours, this was actually fairly good RNG. I mean, these are currently worth about 3.4 million coins each, and they're going to increase a lot after Diana is out of office. And then I realized I could milk content out of this like I do with everything else. There was only one issue though. I still couldn't quite kill a Minos Inquisitor, which is the hardest Diana monster and also the only one that has a chance of dropping the Chimera book. I couldn't kill it before it either killed me or despawned because of the time limit, which is why I brought this problem to the wisest man I knew. Howliner. Howliner told me that the Daedalus axe I had bought, which had Soul Eater 5 on it, sucked. I initially thought that the lifesteal offered by the Daedalus axe would help me survive the mobs, but with my possession of a Hyperion, lifesteal wasn't necessary at all, and Howliner told me that I'd be better off using One for All on the axe, which is an enchantment that removes all other enchants, but increases your damage by 210%. So I sold my original Daedalus axe, and bought a new one that had One for All on it. Because Howliner is cool, and always right, never wrong, and his opinion should always be valued. Can you put the gun down now? I'm not even lying when I say Howliner was not only right, but also a genius. Ufa almost doubled my damage on the axe, from under 500,000 damage to over 900,000 damage. Minos Champions, which previously required me to use an Overflux, 3 tank zombies, and a hot minute, I could now shred in seconds with the use of my new axe and my insane combo dual skills. With only 2 days left of Diana, I had to play catch-up to make up for the 3 days that I had missed of the event. My current goal is to make 100 million coins in the next 48 hours. So I played some this morning, and this is what my backpack is currently looking like. I have 7 Dwarf Turtle Shellmets, and I still have not dropped a Crown of Greed since yesterday. I went crazy and dropped 4 in less than an hour, and I just haven't dropped a single Crown of Greed since then, which I'm not exactly complaining about because Crown of Greed's only worth about 1 million, and I'd much rather have a Dwarf Turtle Shellmet, which are worth about 3.5 million coins. I also have some Croquet Tiger plushies, which they're nice to have, but they're not exactly super valuable. I think the main issue I have with Diana is that when you get a rare drop like a Turtle Shellmet, it doesn't display in chat, right? Like normally if you get a rare Slayer drop or something, it would display in chat, hey, you dropped a Shard of the Shredded. But I don't think Dwarf Turtle Shellmets are actually affected by Magic Find, which is why they don't display in chat when it drops. So most of the time, I don't even know that I got a rare drop until I check my inventory. And my original plan was to sort of make a kind of like a montage of me dropping rare things like a Dwarf Turtle Shellmet or Crown of Greed, but I think overall it's just going to be difficult to do because I have no idea when I even drop it until like 5 minutes later when I check my inventory. So I think what I'm going to do instead that is probably going to work better is to just give you guys an update after every single Diana session I do. I'll just open my backpack and show you guys the progression. Although I don't think I will ever drop a Chimera book. If I do drop a Chimera book, it will display in chat, so I will have that on recording. But in terms of things like Dwarf Turtle Shellmets and Tiger plushies, those do not display in chat. So it's going to be kind of hard to make a montage of me dropping those things. Okay, remember that tangent I just went on about rare drops not appearing in chat? I just turned off my OBS like 30 seconds ago, and I was in the middle of turning on my capture software, which basically allows me to clip things just in case something happens, but it hadn't launched yet, and I just dropped a Daedalus stick. It's also worth 15 million coins currently, so like it's a pretty solid drop. And I can't believe I just didn't record that just because I was in the middle of booting up my capturing software. Like, what are the chances of that? What are the chances of me dropping a Daedalus stick in like the 1 minute time span between me turning off my OBS recording and me turning on my capture software? But nonetheless, I'm still very happy about it. It's a cool drop and it's some solid progress towards that 100 million goal. So it's been a few days since the last recording. Diana is no longer mayor. I think she went out of office like a couple days ago. My initial plan was to hard grind Diana while she was in office, because I had missed the first 2 or 3 days of her being mayor, and I wanted to make up for all that lost time. But last week, I actually ended up having so much IRL stuff to do, so I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to. I think there was one point where it was like 2 or 3 a.m., and Diana was just about to be out of office. It was like a few hours before she was out of office, and I was just hard grinding to make up for all that time that I had lost. So you're probably wondering if I really did hit that 100 mil goal. And I'll show you all my Diana drops after this short montage. Maybe it hits me once I get like 2 times. Now is the moment you've all been waiting for. The moment where I reveal all of the Diana drops that I got during the event. And here it is. So a majority of the profit is going to come from the dwarf turtle shellments. I got a total of 11 of these, and I think at the moment they're worth something like 4 mil on the auction house. Well, that's priced. Yeah, they're about 4 mil each on the auction house. So the dwarf turtle shellments are straight up just 44 million coins, which is almost half of the 100 mil goal. I also have a total of 4 Crown of Greeds. I don't know what my luck was that first day that made me drop 4 Crown of Greeds, one of which I put in the museum, and then after that I only dropped 1 Crown of Greed. I ended up dropping 1 Antique Remedies. I don't think this is worth very much. I don't think this is even worth more than 100k, but the washed up souvenir is something like 5 or 600k. And the Daedalus stick is by far the best drop I got during this event, being worth 15 million coins just by itself. I also got some Croquet Tiger plushies. These are about 200 to 300k each, so I ended up getting 7 of those. And I also have almost a stack of Enchanted Ancient Claws and a little over 4 stacks of Griffin Feathers right here. So at the moment of this recording, I just did the math and added up the approximate value of all of these, and the grand total is 77.7 million coins, which does fall short of our 100 million goal. It's about 3/4 of what I wanted, but like I said, I simply did not have time this week to do as much Diana grinding as I wanted to. Like if it was up to me, I would have done like 7, 8, 9 hours of grinding per day of the event. Unfortunately, I did have real life obligations to do, stuff outside of Skyblock. The next time Diana is mayor, I do intend on doing a lot more grinding than I did this time, but I really can't complain, right? I really can't complain about earning 77 million coins. Now I am going to put everything up for auction to see how much I truly got from this event. Okay, so I just put up a majority of my items on the auction house. As you can see, I don't even have enough slots to put the remaining items on, so I'm going to have to wait for some more of it to sell before I put in the rest of these items. I also put all the Bazaar items on, so as you can see, the Daedalus stick is selling for 15 mil. Enchanted Claws, 323k, and then the Griffin Feathers are actually amounted up to 13 million coins total, so that was a lot more than I thought it would. So yeah, I'll catch you guys once everything sells and I can show you how much I really made during this event. So it's like midnight right now, but I just got back into my room and I checked my auctions and every single one of them has sold. So for a total of 47 million coins. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the rest of the items that I couldn't put up before just because I didn't have enough room. And that should bring our total for the auction house portion to about 50 mil. And if you check the bazaar over here, my 13 million coins worth of Griffin feathers did sell, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect those. And my Daedalus stick still hasn't sold, so we're waiting on that. But yeah, once those things sell, if my math is correct, it should be about 78 to 79 million coins. So I'm just gonna round it up to, let's say 80 million coins made. So we'll say about 80 million coins made during the duration of this event, which, like I said, it's not 100 mil, but that's gonna be the goal that I'm gonna go for the next time Diana is mayor. But yeah, that's the video. Goodbye.